the strange man. A shadowy figure dressed in black who seems to defy time and death itself. You never see him age, never learn his origin, and yet he speaks with unsettling knowledge of your actions and soul. His shack in Lemoyne holds a half-finished portrait that mysteriously paints itself until his image is fully formed. You never fight him, but his eerie calm and supernatural presence leave you deeply unsettled. He's a constant reminder that someone or something is always watching. Number 2. The Vampire. Hidden in the back alleys of Saint Denis is a pale, red-eyed figure responsible for a string of grisly, blood-drained corpses. Solve the clues and you'll catch him feeding on a fresh victim. He speaks in a strange, ancient voice before attacking with unnatural speed. There's no explanation, just the terrifying realization that something truly monstrous lurks in the civilized heart of the city, blending in until it strikes again. 3. The Night Folk. They lurk in the bayou like spirits from a fever dream, feral, half-naked, and smeared in blood and grime. These silent swamp dwellers don't rob or reason. They rush you with knives and hatchets, eyes wide and mouths agape. Their attacks are brutal and sudden, often leaving bodies hanging from trees or mutilated in shallow water. Encountering them feels like stepping into a nightmare where civilization has no meaning and primal violence rules the dark. Before the Murfreesbrood, a clan of inbred feral maniacs living deep in the forests of Roanoke Ridge. They grunt, laugh, and snarl instead of talking, and their camps are filled with cages, bones, and grotesque trophies. They torture victims for fun and leave corpses rotting in plain sight. Their world is all filth, pain, and savagery, untouched by any law or humanity. Running into them isn't just dangerous, it's like crossing into a world that should have been left buried. Number 5. Catherine Braithwaite. Elegant and composed on the surface, Catherine Braithwaite is a bitter, vengeful matriarch with a heart full of venom. She treats others like chess pieces in a long-dead game of Southern pride, fueled by hate and obsession. Her downfall comes with madness and fire, as she chooses to burn everything rather than yield. She isn't loud or violent, but her cold, manipulative power and willingness to destroy even her own family make her terrifying in a quiet, aristocratic way. Number 6. Aberdeen Pig Farm Couple. A pair of twisted backwoods cannibals hiding behind friendly smiles and home-cooked stew. Invite you in, get you drunk and drugged, then rob you and leave you in a pit of corpses. Their house reeks of rot, the furniture is stained, and the walls hide unsettling photos. Their flirtation hints at incest, and their hospitality masks something deeply vile. Surviving them makes you feel sick, not just from the drugs, but from the violation of trust and safety. 7. The Serial Killer Every Junior. Scattered across the map are grisly, dismembered bodies left with cryptic clues carved into nearby stones. The trail leads to a hidden cellar soaked in blood where the killer lives among his creations. He talks with pride and glee, referring to murder as art. This isn't a man driven by desperation or passion. It's someone who kills with careful thought and joy. His calm demeanor is what makes him truly horrifying. Number 8. Micha Bell, the devil in human form. Micha worms his way into Dutch's trust, all while secretly betraying the gang, manipulating events, and enjoying the chaos. He doesn't kill because he has to, he likes it. He smiles after shootings, mocks the dead, and turns friend against friend with lies. His evil is slow and intimate, eroding the gang from within. He's the most terrifying kind of monster, the one who hides behind a smile and calls you partner. Number 9. Cave hermit. Deep in a remote cave lives a solitary man who has turned completely mad. When you approach, he screams at you, ranting about the outside world and warning you to leave. His cave is littered with bones and deranged writings. He's not hostile unless you push, but his isolation and paranoid bitterness make him unsettling. You're left wondering how long it takes for a man to rot into this kind of madness, and if you might too. Number 10. Dutch van der Linde. Dutch begins as a dreamer, a man of ideals, but over time he crumbles into paranoia, delusion, and cruelty. He starts executing innocents, abandoning friends, and trusting the worst people. He believes he's chosen, above morality, above consequence. Watching him unravel, all while giving speeches about freedom, becomes tragic and frightening. He's not a villain in the traditional sense. He's the death of hope, wrapped in charisma and false vision. 11. Agnes Dowd, Ghost. In the bayou, if you wander at night, you might hear crying. then see a glowing figure in a white dress. Agnes Dowd, a woman who died by suicide after heartbreak and betrayal, haunts the swamp. Her ghost speaks about pain, shame, and loss. Sometimes she screams. Sometimes she just stares. Her story ends in tragedy, but her spirit never found peace. She's not evil, but her presence leaves a chill in your spine and a weight in your chest. 12. The Chelonians, a cloaked cult who worship a strange turtle deity and preach calm obedience to the path. At first, they seem like eccentric philosophers, but they isolate their members, suppress dissent, and lead followers into ruin. Their emotionless chanting, strange symbols, and zombie-like devotion make them creepier than any gunman. There's something deeply wrong beneath their forced serenity. 13. Old Cajun Swamp Hermit. Wander far enough into the swamps, and you may meet an old man living in filth, muttering in a mix of English and French. He's aggressive, paranoid, and barely human anymore. His shack is a trap, and he'll attack without hesitation. There's no history, no humanity left, just a feral shell of what might have once been a man. Being near him feels like standing too close to something long forgotten by the world. 14. Possessed Shack Woman. Tucked away in the woods is a woman sitting silently in a shack surrounded by bones and ritual markings. She doesn't move, doesn't blink, just mutters in an unintelligible, possibly ancient language. The air feels thick and cursed. She never reacts, and that's what makes her terrifying, because you can't tell if she's possessed, undead, or something worse, and you're too scared to stay and find out. We're 15. The hidden giant high in a mountain cave is a strange crack in the stone. Behind it, a deep voice speaks to you. The voice claims to be a giant, hidden away from the world. You never see him, but the cave's size, the echoes, and the melancholy in his voice make the encounter haunting. Is it really a giant or just a forgotten soul who's lost all hope? Either way, you leave with more questions than answers, and a sense that you were never alone.